Hello. Shiny day. Tea flavored roses, Nadine. Frank Chosky. Franks Oski. Hello. Omni Zoom Zoom Super. Hello, shiny day. Welcome in. Happy to have you all. Bit of an update. The room is different. Hello, shiny day. Welcome in. The room is different. I got around to making my room be more like what I wanted it. So I rotated everything this way. So my bed is over there now, not behind me. And everything else is back there. You can still see the important stuff, which is the Jacob Wars, BDSM Piss Boy, Todd. You can actually see the play button now. And the little friend that Moon crocheted for me. I guess I can do this so you can actually see all of those things. So I did this over. I moved my TV on Sunday because my TV was on that wall over there where you guys are. And I dismounted it from the wall, put it under my bed. And then I took the dresser that was under the bed and moved it to the corner. And then yesterday, I moved everything to its final place. I kind of want to move the bed, but that introduces so many more problems. I don't know I want to deal with that. I'm also not terribly happy with the camera placement. Most configurations of where I'm looking and where things are on my monitors makes me look away from the camera, like this, because OBS is on the screen or on the side, which is something that I generally don't like. I'm not streaming from my laptop, I'm streaming from my computer directly. That might change back. My laptop is just in like the worst spot right now. So I don't know how much I want to interact with my laptop during a stream. Purple Duck, shiny day, welcome in. You're on a train. Oh, look at you, all fancy. On the move. I do like traveling by train. I did it the first time I went to the US, my trip to the airport was by train. Sadly, the schedule for that train is not very good. They don't leave often enough. So it makes it kind of weird if you want to make it somewhere at a certain time. But it was fun and it was pretty comfy. Gonna be on this train all goddamn day. Good. Enjoy it. Anything else I want to say? Probably not. Not right now. We can get to work. The layout remained mainly the same. So I might get caught off sometimes. That's okay. The important bit is... Where's my mouse? The important bit is I have it so you don't... I actually do need to capture my mouse on this. I have it to not do that, but I actually do want it to capture my mouse. Yeah, there we go. Where's my pen? We have only one thumbnail to make today. So that's gonna be the journey, and then if the stream is a little short, I can do some Nadine Tober key smash Tober stuff. You guys remember how I said that Affinity had an ominous message on their page last week? If you guys are unfamiliar, they just have a page that says creative freedom is coming. You can't buy it anymore. They don't have a store for it. If you go to their shit, there's nowhere to buy it. So we'll see what happens on October 30 about that. Though, if you have an iPad, go to the App Store. You can get all of Affinity's programs for free. You can download them. I think the base download is always free, but they have a little like add-on thing that's to unlock it for full functionality. That is also free. So if you're looking for drawing/design programs for your iPad, you can get those completely for free. And I would do it because it's a great program. But I don't know what's happening on the PC side of things. We'll find out on the 30th, I guess. Other update. You guys remember how I was talking about a comment we got on YouTube about the images on the art fair website possibly being AI? Ponbon, hello, shiny day. I talked to Bob and I mentioned that someone had comments about the images. I didn't mention to... Sorry, Bob. I didn't mention to Bob that I knew that the images were AI. Because Patrick sent me the links to the Adobe stock photos. Definitely AI. I didn't mention that to him. I wanted to see his response. That could be considered entrapment. Point is, he checked them and was like, "Oh yeah, the library didn't say that they were AI, but the profile these pictures are from are full of AI stuff." So he just went ahead and removed them. They're no longer there. And this happened like immediately after. I also want to point out the fact that when Bob was talking about his findings, he said that he found the artist profile, but he put artist in quotes. So I think that's an indicator of how he feels about AI users when it comes to generated content. Those are my updates when it comes to things that we talked about last week. Do I have any notes for this stream? I remember trying. All the men in my family dead. Got it. My desk is also still just a mess. Turns out when you move a couple things, all the little things that you tucked away so you wouldn't have to think about them resurface. So I have a bunch of little shits that I need to tuck away again. Not to brag, but you can draw an absolutely atrocious, unidentifiable hand without AI. Good. Same. I don't even know if I can. I don't know when was the last time I tried to draw a hand. Besides the reconstruction that I often do for SSS. The stream blipped when Jacob and Julia was playing this game. Sorry. And after the stream, Jacob messaged me because he was thinking that maybe there was something with USB devices. I was like, I don't think so, but maybe that is making OBS go crazy and having it crash and crashing your GPU. So we went through a couple things that it could be. He most likely is going to reinstall Windows. But I was like, I remember you saying something about USB devices giving you problems. He was like, yeah, sometimes I can't turn on my computer if the Rodecaster is plugged in. And I'm like, how do you get these problems? Is my sister talking outside? No, but there are people on the street. So that could be what you're hearing. Do I also get distracted by things I forgot I owned? Not often. Free tech support when you hire and / or befriend Khaz. I just love solving problems. The thing you gotta know about me is that I create problems to find solutions. I press this button. To figure out when Hangout is, I'm thinking Sunday. Because the Discord reacts are 50-50. Very helpful, thank you. But my feeling is that Sunday is going to be the day. Because it's most likely that people will have time. At least to pass by. Now the question is, can you make it on Sunday, Nadine? My air freshener is really loud. Zoom Zoom Zupa, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. I don't know if my stream alerts are working. Probably not. I always forget to check that they're actually working. You thought you already did? Well, now you have. For real. Not clickbait. This section of the game really highlighted the fog nature of these games. How many frames is she on? 3. Turns out mosquitoes are still around. One decided the perfect spot. What? The perfect spot to bite you was on your eyelid. Eyelid. Jesus, I can't read today. That is awful. I fear you may be in hell. I think you're actually in hell. Which means I'm in hell because I can interact with you. I'm okay with that. So then you have me around in hell. You say that. But I think if there is a hell, I would 100% be in it. Unless we're sectioning hell. Like everyone gets their own. But my understanding is that it's all the same hell. We were just talking about me being helpful. That was a stretch of a joke, and you're bad at yoga. I think your follow-up really sold that joke. The hell are you selling? I couldn't tell. That was the worst megaphone known to man. I love that the translation of this line just says partner. Like she becomes a cowboy all of a sudden. Surreal, the ultimate question. I don't know. The bottle in your car touched your foot and it's cold. Well, that sucks. Oh, forgot to silence my phone. Silent? Silence. Not a very good talker today. Today is a day. It sure is. Spent a while in the mannequin puzzle. Scarecrow? I think they were supposed to be scarecrows. I wasn't sure what this puzzle was about, but it also didn't much feel like they tried. Though a lot of people in chat said that this puzzle was particularly confusing. It's Friends Day. They should add a day to the week and call it Friends Day. We don't work, we just play board games. I mean, any activity that you can perform with friends. Just watch the piece of the roof fall off. What are you driving? Or riding. I hope you're not driving and chatting. That would be unsafe. My music stopped. Alright, I think I got everything I could. We are going to add the number to this. What's a new F logo? Is it just white? It's white with a red F. Got it. So we can make the things white and then a red outline. White. And then you're gonna be white with a red stroke. Perfectly red. And then you get a perfectly red stroke around you. I think that's good. But I am gonna change the corner where this is. Flip horizontal, flip vertical. Right over there. Cool. Not driving, you just have to move your car closer to the air compressor because your tires are entirely too low, but then the air compressor fully shit out, so you sat down and watch that chunk of the roof fall. Also, it's not the roof of your car that fell. Am I getting that right? That makes it slightly less concerning. Okay. Still crazy, but at least your car is not falling apart, which would be quite the problem, if you ask me. I'm not a car owner, I'm not a car haver. But generally, you want your car to have a roof. Well, this is one of those fancy convertibles. I'm not a car. Last I checked, I'm not, yeah. Gonna create a new from templates. So we have the number. We can remove everything else. The rubber duck can stay. Technically, I do have one extra light that I could turn on, but that one shines directly on my tablet, so I'm not having that one today. I need to find somewhere else to put it. That's why we're a little darker on the camera today. So upset at the lack of blasting lights. I mean, I could still make it brighter. I could um I could roll up my curtain and have the sun blast into the room. Streaming on hard mode by not being able to see a screen. I wouldn't mind terribly much if it wasn't because I need the thumbnail to look good. Depends how nice at work because your main coworker also doesn't love bright lights, so you turn some of them off. It's just you working. Your counter is so white, the 800 suns they put in the ceiling reflect light into your eyes. That sounds unpleasant. I'm tempted to have this boy on the thumbnail because he is present. Oh, my screen is dirty as shit. Give it a bit of a wipe. So much dust. Where does all this dust come from, man? I need an air purifier. My skin? I don't think my skin looks like that. Too fluffy to be my skin. I do need to buy more hydration packets. I run out of the 20 pack that I bought. Mouse dust is literally dead skin. There's like 2 people's worth of dust in this room. Although I don't dust very often. Very, very often. Also cats. I guess there's no shortage of creatures from which dust can come. Just took a sip of your electrolyte and the lid wasn't closed all the way, so it went all over your shirt. Your clothing is black, except, of course, this random white sweater you decided to wear while drinking red Gatorade. I think I jostled something in the universe when I moved my desk around. Sorry. I didn't expect the ramifications of this to be so widespread. So 250. Nice, perfectly red. Now, why are you towards curves? You put probably 60% of your clothing into moving bins and you just keep them in the shed so you can have room for a bookshelf. That seems like a good idea. Genuine. Keep having to put tone indicators in my own voice. Don't have room for a dresser, so your clothing is just like piled on the floor and stressing you out. Yeah, those are the things I got to put my shirts in because they didn't fit in the dresser. And that's all the stuff that didn't fit in those. So it's just kind of hanging over there. Um, I'm gonna do some level adjustments, make it brighter. Actually, I want more contrast. That's what I want. Bring back color to Silent Hill. You have a place for hanging your dresser, those hanging shelf thingies on a lifesaver. They do seem very helpful, but my dresser is just um drawers. There you go. That's the word. I wanted to get a bigger one, but unfortunately, I don't have a place for it until I move. I don't know when that's going to happen. I was hoping soon, but might not be possible as soon as I thought it would. I'm going to add a little outer shadow here, just to give the text some contrast. And I should probably do the, nope. Oh, it's a group highlight. Should give that an outline. Classic YouTube era. Although I feel like people don't use it as much anymore. It fell out of fashion. As a presidential debate happening today. Oh. The world has moved away from arrows. Not me. It's mostly white arrows now. Or yellow arrows. The homepage on the YouTube account that I don't use to watch videos is so freaking random. I said debate, but you thought I said presidential alert like the meme, which made you think of the Dan and Phil news. I don't know who they are, but everyone was talking about them on social media. And I was like, congrats. I have no reason to be involved in these news, but good for you. Oh, did I accidentally remove the eye on this one? I did. Gotta grab the eye again. I need big eye. Big eye. Big eye. Why do I feel like my window is not closed all the way? The outside world needs to be quieter just for 2 hours. I'm working here. YouTubers who collabed a lot and then made a channel together and everyone in their fandom spent the last 12 years shipping them. But the news said they've been together for 16 years. Don't know how many years there are. Okay. I like that you picked a randomly big number, and it still wasn't as big as the actual number. Not that it matters. One of them came from a very homophobic family. It was just a rough scenario all around. You truly saw them live in Toronto. Your friend was a huge fan back in the day. Watched a fair bit when you were younger. There's an entire section of the YouTube space that was instrumental to the growing up of millions of people that I just never interacted with. Happy for them, but also dreading the most annoying people in fandoms, taking this as a sign that they're right about other real people they think are gay or dating. Unfortunately, those people are always going to be annoying. There's also a little thing called confirmation bias that they should hear about. Is this a thumbnail? I feel like it was too easy. The entire reason you don't watch the NFL is because you saw their fandom in like 2015 and decided you didn't want anything to do with that. Fair. I guess this is it. Let's save it. So we're going to export it without the number first. And then we're going to do the same, but with the number. And I still haven't uploaded the video. I need to get to work on that later today. Let's just do some random shit. Change to this view for now. We've got like an hour to kill. Open ZSP and see what I do. Let me open Discord here. Can't find the channel on my own damn server. Let's copy this. Let's bring it over here. So these are the the random key smashes that we can work off of. Which one do I like the most? Brace mix sounds cool. Ufe sounds either like an expression, like what you would say if you're trying to lift something. Hold on, that's a thought. Gonna grab our. Oh, you guys can't see my brush. That's fine. You don't need to. Zelsi is definitely a sugar-free carbonated drink name. Can I draw a circle? Yeah, we're good. In the interest of not having to draw a human anatomy, let's just draw my bird. I actually need them to be looking up because they're making an effort. Shorter peak. How do you make Jellyfish Neo? Hello, shiny day. How do you make a bird? I guess you can just do it like this and give them teeth. How do you know that phase that you do when you're trying to lift something and you go, "Arr!" How do you do that on a bird? I guess we're gonna keep the teeth. This is a bird can have teeth. Birds do have teeth, which is not at all scary. How am I curse myself because I still have to figure out the anatomy of this bird. I need wing. Wings don't come out from there. I really need to figure out a way to like make sense of the anatomy of this because bean, 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 shorter bean, smaller bean, bean. I need you to be chunkier though. Oh, there we go. Chunk. Chunk. Speaking of my bird, the clay one you made vanished. The hell? Flew away. And then this leg needs to be on its tippy toes. How do you make a bird on their tippy toes? Longer leg. Just really, really stretch it for with complete disregard for anatomy. Patrick, hello. We completed the thumbnail and now I'm just doing some random drawings based on this list. I'm going off of Ufe because it feels like something you would say when you're trying to lift something heavy. The design was making you realize a pirate bird with bloomers and peg legs would be so cute. Just, look at that. Now they're wearing pants. Wings. How the wings? What are they grabbing too? I guess a barrel of rum. And then wings. The proportions of this are fucked. Um, how do I even? How does it connect? Stick hands. uh, that's silly. Do you want it to be wings though? Wrong tool. This is reminding you of the cookie tray discussion. Not me. They're going. You would not hold that barrel that far away from you? Well, it's stretching. Connected gloves. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. I get it. I understand now that you guys mentioned the actual thing that was being talked about and not an adjacent detail. This kind of needs to be rotated. Shake it. Kind of needs to be dragged that way. That makes more sense. All I wanted to do. I need scale. I'm gonna make it bigger and we're gonna make it a little prettier. Cool down. Almost seemed like you were telling roses to cool down. Moon, hello. Shiny day. Welcome in. I don't have a palette with my bird colors, so we're just gonna wing it. I'm bigger and prettier? You don't know me like that. Use a vector layer, Khaz. Those are cool. Let's draw the bird in one bean shape. Sounded like I said peen, not bean. Which you should remind me is against TOS. It's not my fault that those sound similar when you say it the same way. I need this eye to look like it's struggling more. I need to bring more struggle to these lines. What if it's melting? Oh, it looks horrific. I guess there's not enough brow. Maybe squinting a little? The other way? It looks high. I'm just gonna go with what I did on the sketch. I've conditioned your brain to expect dimensions. Fair. I did this slightly wrong. I need this line to be sort of a gray color. And I guess I can make the teeth sort of a gray color. That's the wrong gray color. And the eye is supposed to be red. Some shade of red. And you are usually close to black. I don't like to paint with pure black colors because that's not how our eyes work. Alright, back to it. Wings. Technically should be kind of pointy. And I guess I did decide that this bird is wearing pants, so we're gonna do a little bit of that. I can zoom. Damn, I've never seen Nadine so happy about pants. Not sure how this line, I want this line to look. Shame her happiness. Not shaming it. I don't think it's bad to be happy about pants. Honestly, I would expect Nadine to be happy about pants. At least on the internet. Outside the internet, I don't know what her comments on pants might be. But if you're on camera, you better be wearing pants. I sure am. Should probably draw that on a different layer. Out of all the things in this drawing, I'm having the most trouble trying to fit some pants on a bird. You're feeling some pants are neutrals? You have no way of knowing if I am wearing pants and now you're sus. I am wearing pants. Eh. Eh. Pajama pants, but pants. Sorry you cursed me with bird bloomers. That's okay, I could have ignored you. I didn't know moving things? Yeah, I did. Whole background is different. I mean, in your defense, you're seeing the little cam. And now everyone's having a wretched day. I also cursed myself with the need to draw this more detailed. Because on the sketch, you could have pretended that I did a good job. But in here, I have to actually do a good job. Speaking as someone that draws 60% D&D furries, putting pants on birds is a valid struggle. You have tea, hot dogs, and cactus fruit. Okay. That's, yep, that is definitely a choice. Actually, I think I can use the vector eraser on this one. Nope. I could if I drew a line here. Cool. Is it gonna look good? No, not at all. Is it gonna be fun? For me, it will be. I don't know about you. But I didn't ask your opinion. Let's grab this color. I'm not gonna draw that foot any more detail than that. Okay, good, because I wasn't understanding it. Do you raw dog the hot dog or eat them with bread? Depends on the bread. Condiments are also an important. You could dip it on the tea. Untoasted toast. That sounds vile. No, thank you. That is not the type of bread that I would use for that purpose. I'm going to avoid having to draw this as tippy toes by actually making it a peg leg. Out of disrespect, you will pull out the toast bread. Okay. I've been disrespected on this day. On my own dang stream. So this is what it feels to be cancelled. Make the barrel a little bit more bulbous. I do still need it to be parallel. This would be easier if I rotated the image a little bit, but we don't need that. We're professionals. Too much. How many times will I draw this line? Too many. Let's try with the other line. That's not even parallel. True is wrong. Yeah, whatever, that part is not even going to be visible. Good enough. Wrong tool. Now, it just occurred to you that you added one more thing to your cursed girl dinner. Also, the dogs are cold because you couldn't be bothered to heat them up. Put them next to the window. What, 8, 7:30? There's still sun out. Was it like winter? Yeah, the clocks are still up. I want to put them on that back wall, but currently, um, currently there's not really any place to put them. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that because I do. Well, mostly the clocks are for me, anyways. So probably doesn't matter. But I did like having them on the background. Let's use a darker. I can't fit the rest of the word because it's behind the wings, so you'll have to imagine what it says. This is not that much better than the sketch. Oh well. Still fun. Did I move that many things on the wall or did I move my desk, a mat, or both? So I can actually illustrate it now. So my room is a rectangle like most rooms. What's a rectangle to? Well, it's tiny. So previous configuration was desk over here, TV on the wall. Then back here it was shelf, clocks, bed, and dresser. So what happened then? What happened now was that I grabbed my TV and moved it over here. Grabbed the dresser, moved it over here. Not on the wall. Whoops. So now the TV is down here with another shelf that was up here. And then yesterday I grabbed my desk and I moved it over here. And then the dresser, moved it over here. So then this shelf needed to move. On top of the dresser. And this is what you're seeing. I think you need to do that long of an explanation, but it seems silly. So to answer your question, I rotated my desk and moved the shelf and the art up on that wall. And the dresser is back there as well. And then my TV, my consoles are all under the lofted bed. This bed is lofted. Lab, hello, shiny day. Did I fix the tile on the video? I did. Lab's talking about the video I uploaded to YouTube yesterday. I am not designing thumbnails for SSS though. That is correct. Just want to recap because your internet just went down, so you missed most of that. And this is what we're working on right now. Gonna do a little bit of painting. Cactus fruit doesn't taste good. It's been a while since I've had any. Make it a little darker. A little lighter. Also, this is pink. This is not purple. I'm gonna use some close and fill more. I've never managed to have enclose and fill work for me. I was gonna use polyfill. Actually, I do have a lasso fill. Which probably will work a little better. Not that way. I did it wrong. I'm just gonna use the magic wand. Refer to all layers. Expand 1 pixel. Do you want to say that the first message you saw when you came in was from Moon and it was Iridium, not come? Oh, one of the lines is a different color. I need to grab my actual bird colors. Hold on. Because this is a mess. Um, It's not how I wanted that. Yeah, colors are fucked. I use a black outline for my part? Since when? I guess I do. Well, grab, grab that. How am I going to move it? Actually, I can do this. Move it to the front. And pirate vibes, I'm going to use an off-white, slightly yellow color for the teeth. This bird has not gone to the dentist. It looks like freaking the thing on a whale. Baleen? Is that what it's called? Yeah. You're the barrel. Raster layer on you. I am going to use a lasso tool on this. Wrong color though. What color is the barrel? Interesting. In close and fill, did the longest of jobs ever. I imagine it's amazing if you know what you're doing. But I don't know what I'm doing. Went to do a lyric replays joke and found out you thought Jolene was a completely different song. Oh, Baleen. I like Willow Avalon's home record because it sounds like it's a song from Jolene's point of view. It's a very cool song if you like country. Yeah, no, it's fine. I do need you to be under. Wrong button. I don't know the song you're referencing. How? I readjusted one of my toes. Didn't actually hurt. Really dodged that one, hey Bon Bon. I mean, you could have said it without acknowledging that it would have been bad. I never painted the eyes. And Mom is a major trap. There's gotta be a band called Dead Mom, right? There's no way that's not the case. Bring this over here. I'm seeing mostly tracks with that name, but no bands. There's an artist on Bandcamp that has an insane amount of backing tracks for musicals. And I'm curious where they get them from, and also how illegal this is. You also need to roll a character from a horror one-shot. Beetlejuice. Why Ufe? Oh. Right, I never explained it. It's from this list that Nadine made. And instead of making someone, I just, it sounded to me like the sound you would make when you're trying to hoist something heavy. And when I was drawing the bird, here's a sketch. When I was drawing the bird, Bonbon said that this shape looked like, the hell are they called? Pirate pants. Bloomers, there we go. So I went with that. I was gonna say breachers, but I think that's just underwear. Sounds like Oive. I think that's where my brain went. And that's why I made that association. Oive being an expression that I've only heard Lep say. Do I say Oive when lifting heavy things? I never say it. Again, an expression that I've only heard Lep say, and that one scientist woman from Harold Halibut. Those are my only two references for someone saying oy vey. And I don't know what it means. I've never asked. Don't know where it comes from. And I don't think I will ever find out. Don't tell me. You won't? Cool. It'll remain a mystery until it becomes clear. You know what else can become clear? No, that doesn't work. Can you tell me wrong answers? You can try. I dare you. I still gotta fix my light situation because, like I said earlier, I do have this light that I can turn on, but it sure shines on my screen, which makes it much more difficult. Just notice I'm wearing my birth colors. Oh yeah, I didn't have the black and some gray. Anything else I want to say? We'll be back on Thursday for some game that I've yet to decide. No, actually, I did decide. Because there's a game that I can play that's pretty much a one-shot. A one-and-done sort of situation, which would be a nice change of pace. And then on Sunday, we're doing our live jacking session in celebration of Nadine. Sounds terrible. We're playing Jackbox. That's the joke. You know, we're hosting it on my channel because it's just easier. Only removes lumberjack jacket. You can jack it any way you want. Yes, lap. I must name that stream Jacking It for Nadine. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. It depends on how against it Nadine is. I feel like that was the name last year. It was some Jacking It joke. Neutral? Okay. Then that will be the title, because that's the best I got. Rest of the month, normal. I might visit friends sometime around my birthday. But I don't know, because I would have to organize things. So that's the deal. Maybe some changes to the background as we progress, as I find out better ways to do things. Who knows? Who's to say? I've been Khaz, you've been wonderful. Remember that you're very important to me, and remember, you should jack it with friends every once in a while. What's the shirt?